Hello everyone, I'm Alfian and today we are going to solve the Hackerrank challenge on the data structure section called the arrays-ds or the data structure. And for this particular challenge, we are tasked to reverse an array with the following parameters of the, let's say it's consists of array of integers, and we need to reverse the array, and the return is returning also in the form of reverse array, and the sample input just like this, and the explanation it says 1 4 3 2, and then the reverse form of the array is 2 3 4 and 1, which is the 2 will be placed on the first and 3 is placed on the second, and 4 on the third, and also the 1 is will be placed on the last part of the array. And then for this particular challenge, I'm going to use the Java 7 or Java SE7, and let's solve this. If you haven't find the function right here, the function it says write your code here, we need to write our code right here. And for this particular challenge, it says the function name called reverse array, and then takes the parameter of list array, list of integers, the actual name of the parameter which is a, and the expected output is in the form of list of the data type of integer. If you know this operator, it's called the diamond operator or the angle brackets to define the data type of the one we declare here. Let's say it's integer and there's a string and other primitive data types. And since it's an integer, then the list is consists of array of integers, just like the example right here. And so without further ado, let's implement our variable called the list integer. We define the data type or the variable type first, list integer, and the actual variable name which is the reverse array, and then we declare our, since it's an list of integer, not just the array like usual array with the square brackets, then we should declare our new array list, and then inside the diamond operator right here or the angle brackets is the actual data type which is the integer. And then we declare our constructor right here using the parentheses. And then for the return, since it's showing red underline beneath the reverse array function, then we need to return, just like the TypeScript, we need to return the reverse array like this, and then the red underline has gone. And for the actual implementation, we can declare our while loop, while using 2 pointers. If we are using the traditional method, implementing our own, as long as the left pointer is still below the right pointer. And before that, we need to declare our left pointer using the integer variable left called left. Of course, it starts from the 0 or the starting index of the array list right here. And also for the right, we can define the length of the parameter which is a with the function called the size, and we get the length of the array just like in JavaScript or TypeScript, size function, and then -1 because we are counting the index right here, so we need to use size with the -1. And then for the inside the while loop right here, we can set the array, the reverse array dot the function called the set. Since we are using the array list, then we can use the set just like we muted an object right here, or the hash map, or if we are implementing using the JavaScript or TypeScript, using the set and then setting our, for the first parameter, it takes the integer of the index. The first parameter takes the index that we want to set, and then for the second parameter, which is the element that we want to set, the actual value for the index right here. So since we are reversing it, then we can set the first pointer using the left right here, which is the index of 0, with the element inside the array parameter right here, and then we can use the get to get the actual value inside the element, or getting the actual value inside of the index number using the get right here, getting the last element of the array. Then we can define the right as our get parameter right here, getting the last index, which is the right here. And then don't forget our semicolon. And for the next one, we can declare the reverse array using the set again. And then for the right one, we can declare using the, for the second parameter, using the a dot get. We can get the left or the first index of the a parameter, array parameter. And then since we already setting our reverse array with the new value of the reverse array, then for the next iteration we have to move our first pointer, which is the left right here, incrementing it by 1. And also for the right here, second pointer from the end of the index, we can using the minus sign to decrementing the value by 1. And so we can run the code again, to see if it works. Thread in main out of bound exception, index 0 and size is 0. As we know here, the array list integer that takes the, we declare the constructor of array list. I forgot to add the array to copy the elements from the array right here, using the shallow copy to copy the content of the array parameter right here. And let's run the code again to see if it works. Okay, so it is working as expected. Let me visualize this on a new tab on how the while loop works and how the first and second pointer works by using the Xcode draw. And let's draw our array. Let's see if we have the array of 2, and then we declare 3, and then the next one is 4, and then the last one is 1. 2, 3, 4, and 1. This is the structure of the array parameter called the a. It's just a raw visualization, and we declare the first pointer, which is the left, called the L, and then the last one, the second pointer, or the right, that we declare before. The left side takes the index number 0, which is the first element of the array, and the right one takes the array dot size with function, and then -1. Array dot size takes 4 elements, which is the length of the array, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we just use the size without the -1, without subtracting by 1, then we will get the out of bound, which is the 5th element of the array. And an array is always starting from the 0 index, just like the L1 right here, the L pointer right here. So that's why we are using the array.size subtracted by 1 to get the last element of the array, and then using the while loop, while the left is still, as long as the left pointer is still below the right pointer, which it is, then we have to reverse the array or construct or setting the reverse array using set takes the first parameter, which is the left right here, is the left, and then the second parameter that takes the array dot getting the last element of the A array. And let's say if we declare our reverse array right here, since reverse array already copy the value from the actual array parameter, then it will be like this. It will be in a form like this one. Let me move this now and reverse array using the set right here of the left is the first index, the 2 right here, and then filled with the a dot get right. And since the a dot get right, which is the last index of the array, then we fill the 2, replacing the first index using the left right here with the 1, the last index of the a. And then for the next one, after the while loop, it's the reverse array set the right, and then a dot get left, and then we are setting the last index of the reverse array using the a dot get left, using the first element of the a, and then we replace the 1 into 2, and then we are moving, if you remember, we are moving the left plus plus and then right minus minus, which is left plus plus, and then it adds by 1, and then the right minus minus is the right minus 1, and then we get to the second iteration that the left pointer points to the second element, and then the right pointer points to the third element of the A array parameter. And then we are setting the current left pointer right here of the 3 right here. We are replacing by the one on the right, which is 4 from the A array right here. And then we take, for the next one, we take the setting the right pointer right here, which is the third element, using the left pointer right there, which is pointing to the 3. And then we got the reverse form of the array, and then we are returning the array from the function. So if we visualize this from the A into the reverse array, let's say it's reverse array right like this, reverse array, it will be like this: 1, 2, and then 3 to the 4. Let's eliminate our pointer right here, and the while loop stops because for the next iteration the left will be pointed right here and the right will be pointed right here. And then the while loop stops because left is already above the right, the same or above the right. Okay, so that's about it. Let me show another one using the collection class. Let me show you, and it's more simple. Let me show you using the collections with the S, plural collections, and then reverse, and then we are reversing the reverse array, and don't forget the semicolon. The reverse array right here, it takes the shallow copy of the array parameter, and then after we use the collections.reverse, and inside the parameter is the reverse array, and then it does the same thing. And don't forget to import, since the collection is below the java.util. If we look over the documentation right here, the collection class is below the java.util.collection, so that's why we have to import the java.util right here. Using the asterisk or a wildcard, we are importing everything from the java.util, and then the util has the collections class has the reverse function right here, and it says reverses the order of the elements in the specified list. So that's about it. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.